Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiskey Hounds. I'm Joe.
I'm Brandon.
Today we have something new for both of us.
Yes, sir. So you guys probably saw my UPS day, and we picked up that Penelope Rose Cask finish. I know on that video I kept saying Rose, so sound illiterate. However, it's Rose. Yeah, I'm excited.
I am.
You've had it?
No, I have not.
But I've never seen anybody drink it, to be honest. And everybody seems to like the Penelope Architect. And I haven't tried that either, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, man, that sounds good. Rosé. When you're drinking wine, rosés are sweet.
Yeah.
Rosés are sweet. So in my head, a rosé cask, that means it's been sitting in rosé. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, and this is actually the
excited.
First Penelope I think I've tried. I'll try.
So I can't say that. I went to Louisiana and I picked up a Penelope toasted.
You never brought it back.
That's so true. It didn't make it. Yeah, me and my family, we opened that and we thought, yikes. At any rate.
But yeah, I mean, it's a 3-year cask finish.
I'm loving the fact that it's a Cellbacks pick. So like I said before, I try to get their picks. Because usually a pick, wouldn't you say, Joe, is probably different than something you're going to pull off a shelf?
It's generally, to me, store picks are going to be a little better.
Now, why would you say something like that? What makes it different?
Well, I mean, everyone's palate's different. Mm-hmm. A lot of the store owners that we know who do store picks, they are knocking it out of the park. I mean, they're just hitting home runs left and right. The master distiller, the ones that look into what flavor profile they want, can be flat out amazing. But you just get those fine-tuned little tweaks on a store pick, and it could just elevate it up another level.
Oh yeah, and every barrel is potentially different.
Yeah.
Where the wood came from, where it was grown, all that plays a little bit of a difference on every whiskey. There's a lot of factors that could change a bottle. You could have a series of bottles that are made the same way over and over, but that one bottle somehow elevates itself over the other ones due to extenuating factors.
Something like this, and the drift, it could disappear next year. It won't come back.
Exactly.
And so you have just the one bottle, you finish it off, and you're sad. Because you didn't have the foresight to go grab. Yeah, you didn't grab another bottle.
You're me.
To have on the shelf for later when when we do a bottle share. 5 years.
Yeah.
That I've been collecting. That's why I have so many bottles, because we share it. We'll have a glass now and again, and they'll just sit up on the shelf, and then when we feel like it, we'll go up and try multiples to choose from.
Well, I mean, and now I got a collection, and a few of our buddies have a collection. We will taste everything,
right?
More so. I mean, I do have a collector side, which lets me hold on to certain things, but mostly for trade. But I think we have all of the same bottles, but we could have all 3 of the same bottles, put them out, and guess what?
They're different.
They're different. So that's what I love about whiskey. There's so many differences. Scotch, there's so many more differences, but there's always that underlying tone.
Mm-hmm.
Always with Scotch. But I like with whiskey, the underlying tone varies a lot more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, man, let's open this up.
Let's do it. I'm looking forward to this.
Let me see. Not too hard to open. Some of those wax ones, dude, some of them get ridiculous.
And I hate it when you're open those wax things and you get it right under the thumbnail.
Oh, my God, yeah. No good. It ain't too bad. This is a good one. Oh, I say that anyway. Wait, dude.
Oh, that's a glass cork.
It's a glass cork. How come I didn't notice that? Wow. Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute. There's no cork. But yes, there is. Okay, yikes. All right. Huh. Will it pop?
The whiskey nerd in me is geeking out right now.
Yeah. Will this pop like a cork because it's glass?
We'll see.
Can I open it? That's the real question. No, pop.
But, I mean, that is pretty darn cool.
I have to give it to him. That's interesting. It does have like a rubber seal in there, though.
Yeah.
That's a little different. Cool. That's cool, man. I mean, I like that.
Yeah. All right. Let's give this thing a try. I know there's some people that say, you know, the neck pour, you know, isn't good. You have to let it
I don't know about
air out, which I wholeheartedly agree with. You know, once you crack it, let it air out because it will change. But the neck pour, I mean, for some is so good. Others not so much. It does.
So a
do need air.
percentage wise, how many neck pours are better than whiskeys that you've had sit out?
Less than half.
Less than half.
Less
I
than
agree.
half.
A lot of the times the neck pour isn't that great. You give it just however much. Even some bottles, you have to get it down to probably halfway, and then all of a sudden, all the notes tend to come out.
And that's the one thing that I've loved about this journey with bourbon and just whiskey in general is how much it can change from week to week. I have a bottle of Angel's Envy rye.
Okay.
Do not like it at all.
No,
People
I haven't tried
rave.
it, so
People
I
rave
don't know.
about it. People love it. I didn't care for it when I opened it. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. I was on the fence. I went back to it later. Hated it. Went back to it a few months later. It changed. It got slightly better. Waited again. Few months. Went back to it. I've never went back to it since. And I've had it for a couple of years now.
So it stayed not good.
Not good
to you.
To me. I mean, I've had bad bottles. I've definitely gotten a hold of some bottles that were just bad straight out the barrel. I mean, they were just not worth having. It was just a bad batch. But I looked at reviews on other bottles and they're like, this stuff's amazing.
I can't say that it carries through to the nose, from the nose to the palate, but man, that palate, wow.
I'm still having a hard time finding stuff on the nose that's, I mean, it's sweet, obviously, but it's muted almost.
Dude, this is one of those ones, in my opinion, let it open up a week and we'll discover more.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not picking up the wine notes that I was hoping for.
Actually,
Yeah. Are you? Because
because there's an underlying note that I really haven't experienced before, and because I don't think I've ever really had anything that was finished in rosé casks, if memory serves me right. So this is completely new.
Yeah, I'd say there's a wine note,
Yeah,
but you can't specifically say it's rosé.
this is throwing me kind of for a loop.
I mean, but it finishes weird. Like,
It's good.
yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
it's not bad at all. I mean, the flavors, even though to me they're muted, they're on the softer side.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah,
I have to say, and it has that heat behind it, which I like.
yeah, the heat is good. It's pretty good. Sometimes you can get like 101 or 102 that is hotter. This, I'd say, for 114, it doesn't hit like 114. It's more of a 101. I don't know. I just
that proof point, it drinks actually below that.
now. So this being the first time you ever tried it, can you compare it to something? I'm trying to compare it to something. So
I honestly can't think of it.
and I can't say that. Oh, this is similar to something. And right now it's not giving. I can't come up with anything.
I'm gonna add a drop of water to it.
Ooh, good idea. Sometimes a drop of water will really help it open up and change its whole profile.
Normally, I don't
No.
add water or ice to anything that I'm sipping on. Just
There you go, Joe. Now your nose, to me, the nose actually come through now. I'm getting,
there we go.
that really made it floral,
Yeah, very.
very floral. Yeah.
Wow, it's almost like a. I can't put my finger on it. Like a almost to me it's almost like a flower note. Not so much like the the Clyde May Rye.
No.
I mean, that's on a completely separate.
That's a bouquet.
That's a bouquet. This is like more specific.
Yeah, like a
Of
specific
a
flower.
and I just can't quite.
Dude,
put my
this
name-
cork is tripping me out. Can you even call it a cork? Because it's
Yeah.
because it's
just-
glass.
It's a cork.
By definition, it's a cork, but it isn't made of cork because cork is technically. Just saying. At any rate,
Yeah, I cannot place.
let me see if that water opened it up flavor wise. Oh yeah, the flavor is more finite or more. I can pick up more grain. Actually, I pick up grain.
Maybe that's what it. Maybe that's. Yeah, it is more grain forward.
Yeah, I can pick
With
up
a little
grain
floral undertone. I'm
with
still.
yeah. To me, that floral undertone is a wine flavor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
And see, I'm not a wine drinker, so someone who's in the wine industry might be able to pick, like, that's exactly what that note is. But for me, I cannot place it.
So I'm going to say, but I'm not getting any bourbon flavors. You know what I mean?
None, no bourbon, no classic notes,
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm not getting those.
And I think because of the proof, and it does have some heat to it, to me, that ethanol heat kind of kills
Yeah.
and dissipates whatever flavors are
Supposedly.
there. So hopefully when this airs
That's
out,
what I'm thinking.
more of those flavors and aromas will come to the fore.
This will probably be really good in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're going to have to come back to it and
I think so.
give it a try. Yeah.
But this is not bad. I want to say, as far as calling it a bourbon, because it says straight bourbon whiskey, which means X amount of corn, right?
Right.
Is it
I
50%?
think at 50% corn,
Minimum.
and then you can add whatever you want.
Beyond that. So I'd say that part is the minimum. I want to say they probably only have the 50%.
It would not surprise me if it has a high wheat content.
Yeah.
And then the rye and whatever else they use is on the lower end because I'm not getting that rye spice.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm getting more of the sweeter notes that you would normally get from a wheated bourbon.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's going to be a higher wheat content, and then with that rosé finish, you get that sweetness on top of sweetness.
Yeah.
And
So would you say this is a buy?
I'm kind of on the fence with it, honestly.
Yeah, I would say wait after it's aired out before you go buy it because you may be like, ugh, or you never know.
Yeah.
Everybody's taste buds are different. Just their neck pour here is not very impressive.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah. So
I'll say
hopefully when it airs out,
It's not blowing the socks off of us. So
Yeah.
But I had a second one in that package. Old Soul. Now this one, so interesting. So they picked this. This is a straight bourbon whiskey, and it says high rye. But when you look at the mash bill, though, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, I think anything above, I would say 10% rye,
Yeah.
to me would be considered a high rye. Because a lot of times they tend to cut back on the rye and focus more on like the corn or the wheat.
Yeah.
So to me, like I say, maybe I'm wrong, but for me, anything like above 10% rye would be considered, to me, a high rye mash bill.
So they even tell you it entered the barrel at 120 proof, and it finished out at 109. So that's good. Single barrel. I'm excited about this. Non-chilled filtered, no color added. I mean, it's got a nice color. It's got a deep base. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Old Soul, again, another Sealed X store pick for them. Cathead Distillery. It says Mississippi's oldest distillery. I might have to go by there and check that out. Yeah, hey man, let's get into this one and tell you guys what we think. Oh yeah, that smells good. Man, the color is good. Look at that.
Nice color. Nice.
It says no artificial color, so that I'd say the char on the barrels is pretty
Nice.
probably number 3 or
Dark
4.
caramel. Dark caramel color. I like that. Oh, there we go. That's
the bourbon.
That's what I expect when I sip on a bourbon. I mean, that is like cherry for days.
Yeah.
On that.
I get the vanilla. I get a little bit of cherry, but the vanilla is really jumping me right now.
Cherry, and that's burning the nostrils a little bit.
Yeah. So we are at 109. Yeah. Wow.
I'm almost getting like almost like a red licorice sweetness on that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a jump for me.
I mean, you got your cherry, you got your vanilla, but then there's kind of like a like
that old school candy.
Yeah, the old school like red vine. Or either that, or it's I don't know if you guys remember
Twizzler, dude. That's what it is.
Twizzler, yeah.
It's a Twizzler.
I was almost dating myself, but the old 3-foot licorice rope. Kind of like that.
I think my mom was having me when those came out. You dated yourself, Joe.
I told you.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting Twizzler. That's a candy with a little berry of some kind.
Yeah.
I don't want to say strawberry because
No, much more cherry.
It's a berry.
Yeah,
of some kind.
Man, that is really nice.
Yeah.
That is.
But again, here we're at 109, right? And the heat is hotter than
on the Penelope.
That 114.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, that varies, doesn't it? I mean, 109, 114.
Of course, like the Penelope, the barrels could have had something to do with that. Maybe cutting that ethanol harshness.
That could be true.
Softening it somewhat. Who knows? But yeah, on the nose, this is hotter.
Now, if you've ever been to Mississippi, it's hot and muggy. So I don't know if their rick houses are that, but that may have a difference because a lot of even Texas whiskeys, they'll say they're so hot.
I was going to say Texas.
Yeah, and it changes things, variables, and all that other stuff. I don't know where this was aged. They could have an air conditioned room for all I know. But if it wasn't, that could have a lot of difference on the smell or the taste of a lot of whiskeys. So
I mean, they could have put a barrel on a pack horse and sent it up to the Andes.
For all we know, yeah. And call it donkey aged.
There we go.
Yeah, donkey aged. That'd be a good one. Oh man.
But man, the nose on man, I'm still loving the nose. That is just amazing,
bruh. Wow. I'm picking that apart. That dude.
Man,
that's good. I don't care who you are. That's good.
That is. Wow.
It's got a lot going for it, man.
Yeah, this is one of those bottles that you just need to sit and dissect. Just pour yourself a Glencairn. Just sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and just sip on it and just start dissecting it. Because holy mackerel, man!
There's a lot going on there. I'm gonna say that's probably in my top 10 now. That broke my top 10. It's gonna be up there.
Yeah, I would have to.
That's up there.
Yeah, at least top 15 until I can really dive into it.
It's still on the tongue. It's still back here. It's still under there.
So the lingering finish on this is nice.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
It's not like a sharp finish. It's more subtle. It's more nuanced. It's creamy on the back end, and it just flows. Yeah, that's nice. That is really nice.
I can say bourbon when I think of this. I mean bourbon,
and
it's sweet. I get the brown sugar. I get brown sugar on this one. In those grains, like I said before on the other one, are not forward. They're in the back. They're in the very, very back. Kind of leaves you with like a leather or something something dark and heavy. Oh man, that's really good.
There's a little bit of dark fruit starting to show through, like a raisin or a date, which I absolutely love those dark fruit notes. They're a little sweet. They're a little on the savory side to me.
Yeah.
But it's just dark and rich, and I love love that, and I'm starting to get that.
I want to say this is chewy.
Yeah.
It does. It reminds me of like your mouth will make you believe that you have food in it, like you want to chew on it. It has a really good thick flavor, and it just keeps lingering. It's there right now. I don't even have to sip anymore. It's still there.
Yeah. To me, if you took like a Twizzler and made it out of dates, figs, and raisins.
So dried fruit,
all those wonderful dried fruit notes, the sweetness, but in licorice form.
Wow.
You get that sweet, kind of like sugar, almost sugary sweet, but not quite. Dude, quite right there. More of like a fruit sweetness. But on the dark fruit side, and turn that into a Twizzler or a licorice.
Wow.
To me, that's what this reminds me of.
I mean,
more licorice than anything. Not so much a specific licorice, but just licorice in general. Not the black kind, which is kind of nasty.
Who eats that? Serial killers? I'm pretty sure they give that to people on death row because they don't want to live anymore, so they give them black licorice Twizzlers, dude. I don't even know why they make those. For real, man. That stuff's nasty. And I definitely don't want it in my whiskey.
No.
But no, I agree. It's very deep.
Yeah.
Like he said, it's gonna make you ponder. You're gonna be like, what?
Yeah,
what's going on
here? Man, when this thing opens up even more, I'm looking forward to this. Because this is how much was this?
$75.
Man, that is a deal all the way around for me. I mean,
yeah. Now, for this type of flavor, people would pay $100 or higher, I would say. But for $70-something, bro,
that's a buy all day.
Unfortunately, it's on sealbacks or sellbacks. I think there's like 200 and something bottles of this. I'm gonna say, get this.
Oh man,
forget it. I mean, why?
I mean, when it comes to like Wild Turkey, Heaven Hill, Maker's Mark, any of those.
Oh yeah.
This is actually better than some of those offerings that I've had from these, well-known.
Yeah, the stuff that's flooding the market right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this sets itself apart. I have to say. I'm interested to see what they make.
Yeah.
What's something that's on the shelf that they make? Maybe we need to check that out. I mean, like I said, I got relatives in the South. Maybe I'll have them take a look. I'll do some research and figure out what they make. That's like their staple or something. Because if they're doing something like this, I mean, that's I'm into that.
And at that proof point,
yeah.
I mean, that is that's really amazing. Because I've had higher proof releases that weren't nearly as flavorful and complex as this.
Or we get all hyped up about some Buffalo Trace something or other that we got, and I want to say that it's never really stood up. Russell's 13 is another story, but this is good.
I almost got to say, and I hate because Russell's 13 is one of my favorites, but this, man,
it's there.
I would have.
It's there.
It's it's neck and neck with the Russell's 13, if not maybe better.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
I don't know about all that.
For me, and I love the Russell's 13. I really do.
That Russell's on another stuff. I think we did a video about that a while back. But hey, okay. So we're gonna have to do a battle then.
Yeah, Russell's 13 versus that.
I don't know.
The proof is close. I mean, it's close.
Man, I'm gonna say, in my opinion, Russell's 13 is Batman and this is Robin. That's what I'm gonna say.
I would say the Russell's 13 is Batman. That's the Joker.
Okay.
That's the Joker. That's the wild card. That's the one that's going to knock you upside your head and make you rethink if you like Batman or what. That's what I'm saying.
It is good.
This is like Heath Ledger Batman or Joker.
Oh, okay.
That's Heath Ledger.
It's a performance
Yeah.
of a lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One to never be gotten again. So you can get on there and get
Exactly.
that. So we've been noticing that our trip video where we went around and I think we did 4 different places, and we went and we got some bottles and stuff like that. That seems to be relatively popular. So this week coming, so this coming Friday, I think we will go again.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 other spots. Now understand, way out in the country, some stores actually only get bottles every other week. So in this case, next week, we are going to go to stores that didn't get a drop last week because it's every other week. So I think we should hit a few of those stores. And one of the stores is up in the mountains. Stores that are drive for anybody to go do. You're going to have these bottles sitting on the shelf because I think the community is used to seeing them. And
they know they're going to be there because they don't think people are going to drive, 2-3 hours,
no.
if not more, for bottles. But we know that's not the case.
No, not for us.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's why we're whiskey hounds.
We hunt it down.
Just saying. All right, so tune in for that. Next week, we're going to go to some of these distant places and see if we can't pick up some good bottles. All right, thank you guys for listening.
Hit the like button.